Hello and welcome everybody back to some more Gran Turismo Sport. It is time for patch or update 1.45, another free update provided totally for free. And just like every other update, which were also free. Now this one is not particularly huge. Hard to get excited for, but big welcome to everybody in the chat. Absolute pleasure to have you all along, especially my channel members. You guys are the real MVPs, and absolutely love you for it. But welcome to everyone that's joined. Super Dragon, Hippie Heed, Thunderstorm, we got Kogan, Aussie Mike, TG Babes, I've already said that. Brody Barraquette? No, yeah, Barraquette. Rev is in. Who else we got? HQ, welcome. Jev from the train, Eki Boy as well, good morning. Aussie Mike, great to have you all along. So, yeah, obviously, patch 1.45. Let's go through what there is. We'll do a few open lobbies, have a bit of a muck around, see where the evening takes us. Maybe a short stream. There's not a hell of a lot of content here, but we'll have a bit of a test out, see what we get. Right, let's start with the cars. You can see them right there on the screen. The Chevy Corvette Stingray Racer Concept from 1959, a pretty cool looking car. The Dodge Super Bee from 1970, the Ferrari 365 GTB4 from 71, Chevy Camaro ZL1 1LE package from 2018. So that's what we've got. Now, in terms of new tracks, there are no new tracks, but we do have wet conditions in Tokyo Expressway. So we've got the Central Outer Loop, Central Inner Loop, East Outer Loop, East Inner Loop. So if you're the kind of guy who always sees the glasses half full, then to you that might be 4 new tracks in this patch. It's not. They're all existing tracks, and they're just wet now. So, yay. Raindrops Special Edition. So some new scapes for people, as is always the case. Looks like you can now get your cars, you can get your fancy pictures taken with some raindrops in your car. That'll be of interest for some, and some new museum features. And that, people, is it. That is what is contained in this update. Now, there must have been some car or physics changes or something, you would think. Maybe not. Maybe I haven't seen this. Hey, Daniel, what's going on? Willem as well. Welcome. Notice a little change in car settings. Okay. There's a Michelin poster basically under the tyre choices now. Okay. Hi, Ranger. I don't know if I said hi to you already. Victory bonuses notice. So this is 9th of September. So that's it. I guess there is no more information about this update. That is everything. They've given us a few new cars. Let's see if this says anything else. In collaboration between Gran Turismo Sport and Michelin has brought new features to the game in addition to the Michelin logos appearing on billboards in certain tracks. The following have been added. Brand Central, add Michelin to the partners section of the top screen. Car settings. Michelin will now appear as the tyre technology partner in the car section of the car settings. Sport mode, Michelin will now appear as the official tyre supplier of the FIA Gran Turismo Championship. Race results, Michelin will now appear. Yep, okay. Museums added Michelin, okay. Campaign mode, the following events have been added to the GT League. If you like racing offline against the AI, I mean, good on you, straight up, if you enjoy that. Stars and Stripes, rounds 8 and 9. Group 3 Cup, round 4 and 5. La Festa Cavallino, rounds 8 and 9. And the GR1 Prototype Endurance Series, round 6. So they've just really added on a few more rounds to the existing. No new leagues there to speak of. I don't know if any of you guys actually play those leagues, but cool. If you do, you do. Escapes, raindrops, other improvements and adjustments. Various other issues have been addressed. So for me, that would be the nice thing to know. I would prefer to know a list of those various issues that they have addressed. I hate that they have written like a whole A4 page on Michelin. And in terms of the things people care about, they've literally written various other issues have been addressed. So good on you, Gran Turismo. Just really knocking it out of the park with the update there. Evening Raz. Has the tyre model changed a little? I don't know. GR3 Aston got a power nerf, but a weight reduction. How do you find that info, Hippie? That's what I'm far more interested in than what I just read out. You can get 1,007 horsepower out of the Camaro, okay? Yeah, nothing documented in regards to the physics changes. That's the crucial info. They fixed the pit lane and auto start bug. Kogan, again, where are you getting this info? Awesome to hear. But wouldn't you think that if they fixed shit like that it has been destroying people's games for so long, that they would list that in the update settings? But anyway, I don't like to hear that the Aston's been nerfed. Nick Magic, man, how are you going? Hi guys, just checking in. Holidays now from a place. Good for you, Nick. Talon? Something like that. Hello, Mr. Big Wang. Awesome name. Go to the info page. Is that not where I just was? Was I literally not in the information section? Did I miss something? Only 5 mil for the concept. Information, changing the language setting to Thai. That's not what I want. That's 12th to 12th. If you'll let me go across. Information. Balance of performance. Here we go. This is the good stuff. So we've read that. Let's have a look at the actual BOP update notice. This is far more interesting. So, GR3 class Alfa Romeo 4C. GR3 has received a buff. The Aston Martin, as you can see, they've decreased the power and they have decreased the weight as well. So, see how that goes. Ford GTLM Spec 2 test car has been given less power. And it's gone from 114 to 113%. Weight reduction, GR Super Concept 18, 96 down to 95. GRB class, does anybody give a shit? No. The fuel consumption rate for the GR3 GR4 has been adjusted. Okay, again, would love some more explanation to do with that. What if I go sport mode? Is there more info here? Nope. 2019 series race schedule details. 26th of September, that is today, so let's have a look. Round 7, 16th of October. Fittipaldi EF7 Vision Gran Turismo by Pininfarina. So this is just details on the Nations Cup. Tokyo Expressway, yep. Manufacturer Series, round 6. So it's obviously just filling in the blanks that there were no changes to the race starting times. In Estonia. Cool, Nick. Dimitri, they nerfed the Peugeot GRB? Quite possibly. You're only joking, Kogan? Good joke. Good joke, because honestly, that would be the best thing about this whole update, if they actually fixed the pit lane and auto start bug. Probably didn't want to admit the issue existed by not documenting the fix specifically. Well, it sounds like they haven't really fixed it, so 99.9% chance it's still there. It's less a nerf, more of a shift in advantage, I guess. Be better on tyres, but less powerful. Same with the Ford GT and Supra. Have a good one, mate. Just dropping by as the rugger is about to start. No worries, Rory. Enjoy watching those men in short shorts clash into each other. Matt, what's going on, mate? Eerie Goose. Eerie goes. Eerie goes, as I reckon what Barricade was going for there. M6 isn't as bad on fuel now, apparently. A couple of mates of mine have tested it. It's more equal all across the board. Hello there, Carlos, on Twitch. Great to have you along. That's good. Yep, that's good. Righto, let's set up a lobby. Now, I have to admit, straight away, actually, let's go into the brand central and have a look at the cars first. Straight away, I'll admit to you that the Tokyo Expressway is not exactly a track that is dear to my heart. I don't really enjoy it. But anyway, that's what we're going to be doing, and it's going to be wet. So here is the Stingray race concept. It is $5 million, which is well outside of my price range. It's a cool looking car. It's from 1959. I mean, it's pretty space age for the time. Obviously, the front end of that car is not really going to do much for downforce. That was back when it was all about being slick, fast, cutting through the air, And downforce even wasn't really a concept to them back then. What's going on, Piasco? Welcome to the chat. Great to have you along. Right, let's go over to Dodge. Just wanted my Stang to be lighter. Just getting on. What did they claim to be fixed this time? Pets Creative Recycling, not a great deal. Just really a few BOP changes, and it just says a few other bugs and such fixed. So who's this? Here is the Dodge Super B. Stupid name for a stupid looking car. I'm sure some people will enjoy that, but that to me looks pretty horrendous. It looks like just inverted nostrils or something. But anyway, let's buy it. Let's try it. The Dodge Super B from 1970. What colour? What colour? I want something that just is horrendous. That is not great. The beige. It's actually a light metallic gold. Dark tan metallic. That's a funny way of saying brown. But that makes it look pretty shitty, so that's on the cards. But bright colours don't suit it, so maybe we'll go... Oh, look at that. The cream. There's a colour you don't see modern cars coming out in. Nice stream, man. Thanks, Carlos. Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping by. Your chat shit itself. Excellent, Tej. 5 million for the Stingray. Yeah, there's a car I'm not going to be buying, even if I had 5 million credits. What's going on, Oscar? Fuel burning gone for the gear. What? Lime green. Lime green. Sublime. Let's go sublime. Buy using credits. Why not? Why? There's no way I'd spend $1.45 on this big rig, but there we go. Lime. Dodge the cream. Good one, PSK. What was the old saying? If you can't afford a Dodge a Ford, I think was the old saying. Yes, let's change to that car now. It's going to be horrendous, and it'll be underpowered, and you'd think it'd just drift everywhere because old American cars have the shittest, sloppiest suspension and big grunt, and you think it's going to drift everywhere, and then you get out there in Gran Turismo, and you get disappointed because that doesn't happen. I've already gone to Chevy. I'm going to jump back out of that. We've had a look at the Stingray. Squidly, someone who likes a Super B is Aussie Mike. Is that true? Which moron hit the dislike button? Hey, their opinion is valid as well. And they don't have to like me. Was there anything else in Europe? Michelin. We've got cars listed under Michelin. Is that what's going on? Sublime like the band? Yeah, maybe. It's totally grotesque. Yes. That's the museum. Which I'm definitely sure that no one likes. Please hit dislike if you like it. And the Chev has a new Camaro. Of course it does. The showroom. Let us go along to the 365 GT B4 from 1971. Not a bad looking car. And that one's Rosso. I always like to see Rosso. It's so close to Roscoe. I mean, it is what it is. It may not necessarily be the most well-known classic, but it's kind of a cool old classic car. I think if you saw that in real life, you'd be up and about. But yeah, that's what it is. How much was it? 1 million credits. I don't think I'm going to pay 1 million credits for that. But, you know, good on them. Good on them. Racing is your life. Awesome, Carlos. And what did we say? I've got to go back one more step. What's going on, Gherkins? Gherkins. I apparently forgot the letter N. But welcome to the stream. Great to have you along. It's always a pleasure to be joined by everyone. You're racing for Formula 4. Nice, mate. Whereabouts? Yes, and here is the new Camaro. That much I can afford and to splash on another road car. The Camaro ZL1 1LE, or ZL1 if you're from that region of the world. Might look cool in a bit of black. Let's wait until we see sort of a third-person view so we can see the whole car. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty cool in black. Not a bad looking bus. Let's do the Mosaic Black Metallic. Shaheen, hello, welcome. Are you going to get a livery for your Super Formula Toyota? Are you going to get a livery? Yes, I am. Greetings from South Africa. Well, welcome to you. An absolute pleasure to have you along, Shaheen. That 365 GTB actually drove really, really well in GT6. Okay. Yes, I'm using in-game credits and not real-life monies. Sun Banani. No, let's start in the big green poo that I bought before. That's an N700 car, so she might actually have a little bit of grunt. I'll give that a go, the big Chevy. So let's go and open a lobby, shall we? Now, this failed last time I tried to do an open lobby night. Tried to do something nice for the community. Tried to host a room, a lobby in Gran Turismo. It was just like, lol, no. Get wrecked, you idiot streamer. That's what Gran Turismo said. Watching from work again. Nice, nice. I understand that I do stream at a shitty time. Want to go home and play GT Sport? Yeah, absolutely. Anything's better than work, eh? And by the way, for my members that have joined me tonight, the new... Has Gran Turismo just frozen? Is that what's... Because it looks a lot like it's frozen. Yeah, to those members who've joined me, you're all legends. The new member update is up. Don't get too excited about it. I don't think it's particularly good. And the feedback has been overwhelmingly nothing. So, I'm watching from work too. Kaz the Skrills again, no spa. He's, yeah, no, there's no spa. Shaheen can confirm that is absolutely not in it. Tokyo West Rain. Yeah, tell me which version of the track you want to do, because I'm going to set this up. Pretty sure Gran Turismo has just legitimately frozen again. No, there we go. Hello, just as I say that, we are back on board. Let's see if we can set up a lobby and actually have... Let me put this keyboard down. I'm on the PlayStation now. I don't need that. Create new room. Now, do I have a previous update? 1.40. Let's load that. Please leave me alone. Thank you for the follow, Carlos. The East Outer Loop, you reckon? Well, alright, let's change the name of that to 1.45, because it's where we're at. Race for fun. Yep. And what was the choice? Tokyo West. Tokyo Expressway. Well, there is no west, so that was a joke. The East Outer Loop was what the next suggestion was, so let's do the East Outer Loop. We'll start with that. Time of day, whenever. 2:55, no, let's go 6 PM. Number of laps, it's a 7K circuit. We'll just stick with, we'll go with 4. It's kind of long. No, we'll go with 5. I can always change it later. Grid start, fastest first. Slipstream real, boost off, visible damage, mechanical damage, fuel depletion. Won't worry about that just yet. Real, this is all pretty good. No category, so you can jump in, try whichever car you would like to. No max power, none of that hoo-ha. Ghosting is weak. Shortcut penalty, we'll give a weak shortcut penalty. Wall collision penalty, no. Prohibited. Done and done. You are all welcome to join me. Let's save over 1.40. And let's create room. Yep, you're all welcome to join. So if you're there about, jump in. Charlie, mate, choose a time with rain. Do you have to choose a time with rain? You've chosen a sunny time. Ah, didn't even think about that. I'll fix that once I get in there. It's no stress, man. It's no drama. I forgot that the rain is attached to the time of day. Because, you know, most good sims would just make rain available whenever you want. So, let me go back and adjust that. Edit event settings. Let's change the time of day to 6 p.m. rain. Let's do that. Change event settings. So we do now have rain. Twilight is so good, nice. Well, let's get out in the big super shit box. I mean, the super bee. Must be the beer you're drinking. Amazing, yeah. I wish. Game crashed, awesome. Got to do Super B racing at some point. You're that confident that it feels good. I was like, why can't I hear the game? It's got the wrong chord. It's got the wrong chord in it. That's no good to me. Night rain. Fuck yeah. Yes, TJ, you're quite right. But we can change, man. We're doing some practice. We'll do a few open lobby races. I suspect it won't be the longest stream in the world, but let's try and... Let's see if we can't have a little bit of fun, eh? Car settings. So, I guess we go to... Do we want heavy wet or intermediate here? Who would know? Let's start on intermediate and then we'll try heavy wet after that, eh? Right, look at the size of that steering wheel. That is incredible. Unlike the horsepower, let's turn the traction control all the way off. Don't need that hoo-ha. I'm going to have to relearn this track because I never drive it. There's the rain. It is only 4-speed, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm revving the tits out of it. That is why. So this doesn't feel fast. It feels a lot like we're just going for a bit of a Sunday cruise. Let's start braking last Thursday because, as we know, old American cars do not handle. Pretty big aquaplane there. 194 kilometers an hour the whole straight. Yes, oh wow, I should concentrate on that. For those concerned, my G29 is still alive and kicking. Break for that one. I don't know this track at all. I haven't done it since pretty much this track was launched. But that is a truck steering wheel if I've ever seen one. That is a substantial wheel. My dad has a 1968 Jag XJ. And it also has a massive steering wheel, something like this. Throw a bit of some mad stunts in there before the engine runs totally out of grunt. That is true when you are the captain of a ship. And let's be honest, this thing is a ship. God tried to throw the arse in to get a bit of drift. Come on, big girl. Straight to the poppers in second gear there. There's a cone. I don't know why that's there. Get some traction. Looks like a truck steering wheel. I'm guessing we need heavy tyres here because there's not a lot of grip. And that is the top of fourth gear. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Grab yourself a beverage. Mr. Big Wang, thank you very much for the donation, man. Appreciate it. You're a legend, sir. Hello, Mika Bradley. Welcome back. You absolute legend. I'm just going for a Sunday cruise on the highway. Mr. Big Wang casually drops a donation, doesn't even write a message. What a guy. Thank you very much, sir. Well, I held it for a little while. Right, let's keep going for this, for the the keyboard. Let's go back and put some heavyweights on it and see what sort of difference that makes. I need to exit there. Cancel the entry. As you can see, tyre technology by Michelin. Well, it would be nice if they help Gran Turismo to make the tyres feel normal. Definitely not a Sydney highway, no traffic. Yeah, exactly right. A closed road. What's going on, bracing? Traction control back all the way off. As we max the big girl out, and then I'm going to jump in the new Camaro and give that a little run and see how that goes. But it's still, it just, I don't know, something about the night sky maybe, the sky itself, it just doesn't look like it's raining. Those raindrops are very much just a texture on the windshield, aren't they? Do I now have more grip? Nice little drift there. Honestly, not noticing a huge amount of difference in traction between the wet grip and the intermediates. It will be absolutely mayhem now bracing if they run this in a FIA or something. Well, they are, aren't they? I can't remember which version it said it was going to do. Have a look at the actual slop of the suspension here. I forgot to slow down because I was worrying about the suspension. There's so much body roll in this thing, it feels like I'm captaining a ship as well. Wets feel the same as sport hards? Let's go try it. I might try the racing slicks as well, the softs. Can talk and you can ride in my formula. I can talk and you can ride in my formula. I'm not sure what that means exactly. Maybe I missed a message there for context. Context is everything when responding to questions. Let's see how we go into the big hairpin this time round. This time I'll start braking last Thursday. Try and slow this big American roll. Same result. That's second gear. That's third gear. Fourth on the poppers. Right, let's go and try. First and foremost, let's go and try a freaking new car because that does absolutely nothing for me whatsoever. This will be the one. Yeah, so I did have a look a little bit earlier, bracing as to... they sort of filled in the blanks in terms of what was missing from the FIA stuff. So let's cancel entry, change car. We'll try that new Camaro out. That might be a cool thing we'll sort. By acquired. We'll jump in the big Camaro. Okay, let's try to start with. We'll work our way through. Let's go Sport Soft. See how Sport Soft feels. I didn't need to enter, could have just gone track. Yeah, there is F4 grip, Rob. You are quite right. Holy shit, have a look at that dash. That is monstrous. Traction control off. It is an N700 car, so you can reasonably expect this to be a pretty quick car. Right, we are in the rain. Sport soft tyres. This time we have 6 gear. It is feeling a little sketchy in the straight line. Yeah, it's not stopping. It's not. Yeah, there's no slowing at all on the sports. There we go. We've momentarily found some traction. Yeah, very understeery. So okay, looks like there is a difference between the well, that was the sports. Let's go to the stick with the soft compound tyres. Let's go to the racing super soft. They are, of course, slicks, so they should still theoretically be really slippery. But let's have a crack. Is the lobby full? No, it is not. There's a couple of spots left. Geez, in this car, I really need to change the sitting position. It's so buried down. That is the biggest, most obnoxious dash. It's huge. Alright, this time I'm going to brake well early. We are on the racing super soft tyres on a wet track. Let's see if we can get any grip whatsoever. No, there's still, that's just not even slowing the car down at all, did it? Let's push on a little bit more. They're better under acceleration than the, oh no, just the understeer. But they are, look at that, under acceleration, they're actually fine. No wheel spin. Got traction control back on. There we go, that's... Hold it. Yes, nice. Some grip under the tunnel. Oh, too much. It's okay, let's charge on. They don't feel great, but they're not as bad as you might think. A lot of understeer. But for some reason, you'd think the rear would have no traction at all. Okay, not enough. Let's go. So we've tried the dry compounds to prove that this track isn't like broken, and they've just turned the grip down. Let's now go and put... Oh, I'm going to spectate. I meant to go that one. And we're going to put the inters on now. Turn that all the way off. Intermediate. Racing intermediate. Let's try them. 95% will be there soon. Nice square. Get amongst it, big fella. It was doing 280 kilometers an hour when you got to the brakes. Yeah, this thing's pretty quick. It actually feels pretty nice. The N700 cars do sort of feel decent. I mean, it's quick enough. Back out of the car. Let's get back in and have a look. I mean, how many more dials do you want? That's obviously true to real life. That is far too much shit going on there in front of you. So I have the intermediates on this time. I'm off the slicks. Let's get out of the way of these people obviously moving a hell of a lot faster than I am. Start the braking. As everyone plows into the wall. This will legitimate. Well, that's... These really don't feel... I'm going to press on, but these don't feel any better at all than the slicks I just came off. What's going on, Harry? Welcome to the stream, mate. No idea there was an update on its way. It's a little bit of a non-event, but if you like Tokyo Expressway and you were sitting around wondering what it would feel like in the rain, your prayers have been answered. Also, if you wanted a nerf to the Aston Martin in GR3, prayers answered. But these intermediates are rubbish. Car is rather rapid though. She just spins out at a moment's notice. Held the drift that time. There's a lot less understeer. The rear end, oddly, the rear end of the car doesn't feel any different to the slicks I was just on. It really doesn't. However, the fronts do have a little bit more grip. But, I mean, the physics of this are pretty weird anyway in this game, because when you flatten it, it like takes all the weight off the front, and they understeer like they would in a front-wheel drive car. Let's use the rear to steer the car. Nope. Nope. Apparently I just can't do that. Okay, so this is not an intermediate setting. This is very much a heavy wets. And with the lap done, let's go and jump on the heavy wets and see how much difference that makes in this car. Back to work. See you around. No worries, Harry. Thanks for dropping in, mate. I understand you've got work on. Down to the racing heavy wets. Spa will come the next update, I think. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Where is Spa at random? That's a very good question. I mean, how unfinished could it have been? They literally showed it in... They showcased it in their... It's TJ coming up rapidly. I'm going to stick to the left here, roll out of the throttle a little bit. Okay, so full wet. I should now have some grip. Let's find out. Oh, still not slowing that down at all. So traction is decent now. Look at that understeer. Look at that understeer. I didn't overturn the wheel. I didn't even have it turned 90 degrees. And the front just slid the whole time. This is full wet compound tyres now. Maybe it's just this car. This car might be a bit shit, but I mean, it's got no shortage of weight over the front wheels. It's got a big, hefty motor in it. So again, rear traction good, front not so good. Oh. TJ having some difficulty there. Nice and gentle on the throttle, does it? So yeah, even... I mean, it could be this car. We'll go and try a proper racing car, so this is obviously minimal downforce and all the rest. Start braking last Thursday this time. No drifty around here. We just want to have a look at that on full wets. At the absolute lack of grip I have. Good old Frankenchomps, that's it. Frankenchomps. Spa is coming with the Taycan in October. As long as they're pumping out content, I don't mind when older, what order it comes in. Spa will arrive. It will arrive. We know it's coming. It's on there. We don't have to guess or speculate anymore. It is what it is. Look at that, 300 kilometers an hour. This car is rapid. Where's the corner up here? I ruined it. I was actually like 307 kph. This is a quick car. Now I braked at the 200 mark that time to try and... Look at that, it still just wants to spray me off. I mean, wow. TJ just plows into the wall again. Look at that understeer. That is phenomenal. This is so much more slippery than you would think. It's like on ice. It doesn't feel like wet at all. It feels like ice. But that could just be Gran Turismo in general. I haven't done a lot of running in wet conditions. But look at the understeer. Doesn't matter how far I turn the wheel, it doesn't want to grip. I suspect if they use a street car in an actual daily race or an FIA race, there is going to be huge accidents happening. Guessing it's a relatively accurate simulation of how most Yank tanks typically drive. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind trying it in some places in the wet. It feels okay. Sounds nice. Too much throttle. We'll try and maintain some sort of drift around there. I'll let this guy through, whoever it was. Right, it's back to TJ. Let's get in his mist. It does not increase the rain on the windshield. I'm not sure how that works. Whoa! Got him. Look at everyone just absolutely struggling to get around the corner. I didn't. See, the trick is, TJ... Oh, wow. I was barely on the throttle. You guys can see my throttle percentage. That's what it was in second gear to get out of that. The lack of traction. Right. Oh. Intensifies. Let's try and do a lap. Let's try and actually get around this lap, eh? They're okay until you need to turn. Exactly right. Yes, rain does feel totally different in this game to the F1 games. You are quite right. And a lot of other sim... Absolutely nothing like it is in the Assetto Corsa Competizione, for example. Let's see what we can get. Let's go for top speed here. 314. We'll brake right on the 200 mark. No, so you're going to have to brake. Look at that. You'd have to brake well before the 200 mark. Right, let's go and try an actual race car and see if that responds any better to this track. Cancel entry. Let's go. We'll go with something like a GR4 car. Let's work our way up progressively, I think. Yeah, we'll go a GR4 car and give that a bit of a run and work our way through. Try a bunch of different cars, why not? That's what we're doing here. We are testing, and you guys are able to watch how things go, so that when you get the opportunity to try yourself, you can have a go. I should really just filter. I kind of thought I'd just find one immediately, and I didn't really care. Let's sort by category. Let's go down to GR4s. And we'll take one of my favourites, the 05 Mobile BMW M4. Let's chuck some wetties on it. Let's go try a GR4 car in the wet. And then once we've done this, I'll try a GR3 car. Well, it actually feels really slow, this GR4 car, after the Camaro I just got out of. So it's got a fair bit more grunt than the GR4 car does. I mean, I hit 315 kilometers an hour coming into the first turn, so it is no slouch. The thing pumps along. This thing, I'm only just hitting 240 now. I know I've just come out of the pits. We'll go around a lap and try. Let's brake at 150 this time. Yeah, that's so much better on the brakes. But look at the grip. Look at the lack of grip I've got. Grip at the rear end is very good. Grip at the front is not. Hi, is there new races on the Campagni? Yes, there is. They're added about 3 or 4. This is actually an VOD style stream, so you can rewind to the start. I did actually go through the couple. They added a few things in. Okay, so we have a lot more front end traction in the GR4 car than we did in the Camaro. A lot more. I'm actually over braking for stuff now. Wow, the difference it makes. But still the understeer. But I swear, like Gran Turismo, the way it handles the wet, I don't think it's really set up wet physics. I really kind of feel like they just turn the traction down. Like, let's just turn track grip to 40%. Done. Make it look wet, put a wet texture over it. The windshield raindrops are definitely a texture. Because when there's a car in front, look at the percentage of throttle I'm holding. That's what I was holding. Look at that, bottom right. And it just would not grip. It is phenomenally slippery. It's like ice. I swear. These are the heavy wet tyres as well, don't forget. How's the update going? Hey, Speedy Chook. You can colour me impressed. You know how impressed I am with Tokyo Expressway, as well as trying to get a bit of a suck job off Carway. Off Old Jetty up ahead there. And of course, you know how impressed I was with wet weather. So combine those two things together, and yeah, no, it's great. There's Bill back in his ute. He's usually in the big F100. Let's again stop at 150, a lot faster this time around, and I can break even later than that. But well, no, maybe I can't because I still just understeer into the wall. But the odd thing is it doesn't feel right anyway because the rear end traction on this car is really good. I can just flatten that throttle again. Keep an eye on my throttle percentage as I come out of some of these corners, and the front will not grip, will not do anything, but I can absolutely nail the throttle and the rear end just hooks up. Bucket load of understeer again, flat to the floor. No loss of traction, no oversteer whatsoever. It's a really weird feeling. Have to jump in soon? Yeah, for sure. Jump in, have a go. Again, look at that. A little bit of oversteer that time, but man, I had to welly the throttle on. Understeer, understeer, understeer. It's good to see I'm not the only person having problems here. That's some pretty late oversteer after it gripped through the aggressive part of the corner at the very end. She let go on me. By coming into the hairpin. We'll slow down to absolute walking speed. Can I accelerate? Oh, look at this. It is like driving in on the ice. But I did manage to complete a lap, so that's a start. You have to go bracing. Thumbs up for the video. See you later. Thanks very much, man. Appreciate you stopping by, and thank you very much for the like. It does help me and the channel out a lot. I'm going to get out of this guy's way. Who is this? Probably TJ again, is it? Nah, it's Bill in his big F-truck. And have a look at the pace of the F-truck. By the way, tuning is turned off compared to a GR4 car. How is that even possible, Gran Turismo? Explain that to me. I am tapped at 160 kilometers an hour, just shy of. And the old F-truck's just like, yeah, no, I got it. Laid on the brakes. Anticipated that understeer. Gave it a kick for the oversteer. Actually managed to successfully negotiate a corner. Good. A lot of understeer around there again. What's going on, VLX? GTR Nismo. See, I read whole names around here. I don't just shorten it. Not on my first reading, anyway. Let's just sit in behind the F truck, which apparently is the car to be in, instead of a GR4 with full wets on it. Oh, I nailed him anyway. Somebody please nerf the F-150. It is OP. Okay, that's I cannot get a feel for this weather at all. Half the time I'm going too fast, and then I just roll out a little bit more and I'm going way too slow. Understeer, but flatten the throttle. Car shopping, nice, nice. Oh, I forgot to brake, I was reading chat. Tried to handbrake in. I'm just letting these guys go. You get so distracted on that long straight. Now let's go try a GR3 car with the full wets and see what's happening. Right, so again, let's sort by category. Oh, that's country. Starts with the same letter. And words are hard. Let's jump in the big Mustang, eh? We'll give that a crack. Give that a razzle dazzle. Actually, no, I didn't change tyres. What am I even doing? Turn your brain on, mate. So, racing heavy wet on a stock GR3 car in the Mustang. Let's see how this handles. You feel the Z4 BMW GR3 is good, just in this wet or in general, you mean? GT should bring back point drift lobbies. Yeah. Billy, why not? It's content. You wouldn't think it would be that hard for him to add. Right, let's wind this out. So a little bit more pace on, mind you, not a lot more pace on than the GR4, do we? Okay, the braking is much better, so I'm going to be able to brake fairly late. Still a bucket load of understeer. And now we've got a bit of oversteer back. We're in the GR3. When the wet was first introduced, I noticed parts of the Red Bull ring looked wetter than others. So I asked him if it felt different in the drier parts. He answered, not that I can tell. I don't know who you're talking about that you asked, but correct. I swear it's just a texture on the track. Look, I'm not going to lie to you, and at the risk of attracting another 10 downvotes, I really don't feel that Gran Turismo does a particularly good job with wet weather stuff. From what I felt at the Red Bull ring in here so far, it just doesn't feel right. Okay, so the GR3 does immediately feel a hell of a lot more manageable than every other car I was in. In your opinion, which isn't worth 2 cents, this feels worse than Red Bull Ring. I agree with that. Red Bull Ring does feel better. Okay, this is the hairpin. I always get distracted at that point. Okay, I can brake later. That's fine. Can I get some traction around here this time? Yes. So I got traction control off. Obviously, I could turn a little bit back on. And that way it may well be the faster options for a lot of you guys to actually turn TCS back on. The track is dry in the tunnel, I agree, as witnessed right here. Welcome, Cam. So 265 is all the big girls got in a straight line. We might get a little bit more out of it. Again, 310 kilometers an hour from that Camaro. Oh, and I've just squeezed someone. That was Cam. And here's understeer central. You can see, look how much understeer. That is phenomenal at a speed that is not quick. The GR3s are at least decent here, but no, it doesn't feel as good as a Red Bull Ring, which still doesn't feel right. This just feels really slick. It just, like if it was an ice stage, I'd be like, yeah, this is what ice feels like. And then you want ice tyres to try and get some of that traction. But just different corners on this track feel totally different. There you go, you can see how the spray coming from the car in front does not affect the amount of rain on the windshield. So it's definitely just a texture. Oh, I've tagged him, sorry Bill. I didn't think I was going to hit you there, man. Thought I had the space. But yeah, GR3 car is feeling better. So let's try a GR2 car next then, I guess. You leave East out of loop. Let's get out of the way of Junior and his Super Formula car there and get a little suck job. See what speed I can get up to this time. In the toe of a Super Formula car, 274. Okay, this time we're going to brake just before the 100 sign. Oh, mid-corner. It's where the understeer really kicks in. That thing's going. I didn't even see what that was. But I'd pick Pickleson's in there. Goes like hell in a straight line though. Not quite as well through the turns. Whoa, he's gone off in front of me there. GR3 round a race here, definitely work, yeah. I think when we do go to race, it'll be in GR3s, but let's go and try some of the more mental cars, hey? Something a bit quicker. So we've really tested this track with all cars. I can't find the lobby. There is still one empty spot there. The room ID is bottom left hand corner if you can see that under. Yes, you can. Cancel entry. Change car. Let's try. We'll go to a GR2 car next. We'll see how Tom's FC goes. In the full wet. Heavy wet, even. Turn traction control off as per all previous tests. I mean, these things are pretty hard to control, to be honest, with no traction control anyway, but let's see how we go. This thing's finally got a bit of poke in a straight line. Lots of downfalls too, which normally helps a hell of a lot in the wet. Still a lot of understeer. Okay, so it does feel like the faster cars are a little bit better. This corner's actually pretty decent. So if I'm going to scooch on around the outside. Pull up for the next corner, yes. But no, this does feel actually decent, which is good. It should feel alright, as I say, with all that downforce. Tackle a fair bit of oversteer on the way out of the turn. So I have a GR1 car coming out behind Group C. So 291 is maxed out. Still nothing quicker than that Camaro, which I did hit 315 in. I've squeezed this to 296 with a little bit of a tow from the Group C car. Let's brake late to 150, 100. Gentle through the turn. But okay, so GR3 and GR2s feel okay. They feel manageable. The GR4s still felt a bit shitty. There's a lot of understeer in them. Well, actually lost traction and then regained it. I slow down too much for that corner. I think I can take that pretty fast, actually. That one as well. I really don't know this track, but you've probably been able to determine that already. Is this update already with the new Michelin time model? Yes. Oh, I always read the chat at the same section every lap and miss the hairpin. Lots of short shifting to try and get some grip. There we go. Well, it's certainly all got the Michelin sponsorship, Opaz. Whether or not it's got their tyre model, I don't know. It didn't mention it specifically. There's a lot of shit said about Michelin, but nothing about the tyre model being worked or helped on. So that's the GR2. That's decent. I suspect I might just go straight to a Formula 1 car here, and we'll see how that feels. GRX. The GRX dumping field, I suppose, is going to be at the bottom, is it? This GRX. Let's find the F1 car. There we go. Go and chuck the wets on. Again, no traction control. We'll see how this handles. Hey, D-Rove Trave. How are things going? I found your Charlie Roscoe Racing Twitch channel. Well, welcome. Great to have you along. Thank you for joining over on Twitch. really not much visible in this cockpit view, is there? Except for that thing right the frickin' way. Oh jeez, I didn't even see Bill Washington to start with then. Let's go to this view so I can actually see something. Do I get understeer in the most downforce car in the game? Not really. But pretty decent actually. Tell you what, she's got nothing on acceleration. Have a look at that GR1 car. Under acceleration, it's got the biscuits over Formula 1. But this thing actually does grip. Backed out of an overtake there. Yeah, it's actually decent. I'm going too slow as it turns out. Very little understeer, but wow, that snap oversteer. That's going to get you. Let's charge on. I thought they said that... I'm reading the chat again. Have a look at Bill get full sideways through there though. That hairpin is an absolute bitch, by the way. I thought they said the World Series time model comes in October, that's why I asked. Yeah, that's fair. To be fair, it is September. Would be great if it doesn't make much sense why it wouldn't. Gran Turismo give test all features at finals Tokyo and Monaco, yeah. Right, how late can I brake? 100. Can I get some of that sweet front end traction? Yes. Squeeze the throttle and kiss the wall on the outside. So this car feels decent in the wet. The way the tyres move though looks horrendous. It looks like they're not going. They go forward and then back a bit and then forward, then back. It's odd. No, that was too fast. So I will sort of give my final thoughts, by the way, towards the end. So if you did want to stick around and sort of really feel, and I'll get some feedback from these guys that have joined me in the lobby as well, see if they agree or what their thoughts are. But no, this car is okay there. It's decent. It has traction. Forgot about that again. That's every lap now. Okay, let's call this the start of a flying lap. Let's see if I can do one successful lap. Since I'm in the car now that... Look at that. The acceleration out of third gear is strong. Full drive in GR4 is so overpowered. Right, let's see if I can... This is still only doing 321 kilometers an hour, so just a few kph faster. Just 5 or 6 kilometers an hour faster than I was doing in that that new Chevy Camaro, which I did hit 316 before I braked up here. So right on 100 meters. Oh, I didn't even see that car. I don't have my radar on. Sorry, I'll get out of the way. Jeez, what car is Blitz in? And why does it have so much more traction than my F1 car? Is he just running around the sides? Oh, that's... Oh, it's hard to catch overs here in these things. Again, always too slow through there. Can I be a pedantic ass? What do you mean, can you be? You've never asked my permission in the past. Too much throttle. The tunnel start line frustrates me. No rain rolling into the tunnel, no tyre lines in the tunnel at all. Yeah, you are asking for way too much. I don't feel that Gran Turismo has got the rain sorted at all, to be honest. It doesn't feel great. Because there's no track evolution, there's not real skid marks appearing, you know, where there's no track evolution. So there's not going to be, it would have to be a predetermined texture if there was wheel tracks into the tunnel, which would look pretty odd if you were doing time trials by yourself. Alright, let's try one more time. Too fast into turn one that time. Oh, expected less grip. Jesus Christ. Absolutely flattened by speedy tyres as he just goes straight through me at the speed of sound. Skid marks. Okay, so the 100 metre board is too late to brake. Too much throttle again. Right, I am going to brown skid marks in the seat at 320 kph. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, I am just going to go for a very quick break. I'll be back in about a minute, and we might look at doing a quick race. Okay, so what I'm going to do from here, that's time for you. Thanks, no worries, Squid. Thanks, man, for joining. Appreciate it. Wow, when is F1 going to make this track into reality? Gran Turismo isn't really focusing on the community anymore. It's all about the FIA. When, Mr. Big Wang, when was Gran Turismo / Polyphony Digital ever focused on the community and its feedback and what people wanted and what people said. They live in their own bubble where they've always done exactly what they wanted. Nothing has changed. Yeah, and that's sort of where I'm at with that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to actually have a race. It's a fairly long lap. We're going to have stick with 5 laps, I suppose. No tyre wear on. I'm going to filter by category. It's going to be on GR3. Tyres is only going to be one sort of... Well, no, I'm going to have 2 sorts of tyres, just in case. Just in case someone wants to feel a bit crazy. Tyre wear off, yeah. We'll go tyre wear off, yeah. So, let's whack that on heavy. And whack that on intermediate. There are your 2 options. And we're going to turn BOP on wherever BOP is hiding. Yeah, 5 laps. Yeah, we'll go 5 laps. Okay. Let's turn that on. Change event settings. Practice race, yeah, I don't think we'll do qualifying. So, I need to go and pick a car, as will everyone need to pick a GR3 car. So, someone said the Z4, I'm going to give the Z4 a little run. Slap it on some heavy wets, do a couple laps practice, and then we'll roll to race. And we'll do a race, why not? Room ID, please. You should be able to see it on screen now underneath my camera. I won't read it out because there's way too many numbers. I like the real life FIA TCR racing though. Those front wheel drive guys are a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, in real life. Yeah, TCR is cool. They're a cool category actually. Right. Let's go to the track. Do a couple of laps practice and then we're going to roll through the race. So we'll give everyone a few minutes. And then we'll have a little race so that we can say we came, we tried, we conquered. It feels really slow now after the F1. It actually does feel really slow too, because I've been playing a bit of Assetto Corsa Competizione lately, and this feels really slow compared to the same speed. Tuning still on. God damn it. Why every time with the tuning? There's always something. Edit event settings. Sorry to anyone that's on outlap. It is what it is. Tuning. I thought it was on this side. So BOP's on. Tuning needs to be on prohibited. Sorry, y'all. And then the next race I do, we might go up a Formula. Something like Formula, Super Formula. And we'll change the time of day. We'll keep it in the wet, obviously, because that's what's different. Otherwise, oh wow. Not in the Formula 1 car now, buddy. Did I change the tyres? Probably not. I'm such a pro. This is why you guys have subbed to me. Well, some of you have. Yeah, no, I was on heavy wet. Okay, great. Cool. And a big thank you to those of you who have left a like as well. I do appreciate that. brake from, I think 150 on the normal laps is going to be okay. And then you've got to go super, super slow, counteract that understeer. And I still couldn't counteract it there. Imagine if I turned wall collision penalties on. What a nightmare this would be. Understeer the stream. Please find some grip. Oh, you don't want to hit that tyre bundle. This Z4 doesn't sound anywhere near angry enough. Oh, it's not. It sounds like diff whine with a hint of vacuum cleaner underneath it. And of course, in real life, these things sound amazing. They were one of the coolest sounding cars out there, but this has got like a touch of Hoover, a touch of Dyson, and a lot of diff whine. Please grip, please give me... Look how slow, 54 kilometers an hour around that hairpin, struggling to dial out understeer. Right, let's go for a lap so I can get something on the board before I roll over to race. This steering wheel, my G29 for those who don't know, is on death's door. The whole wheel is slopping around inside the housing, the base, if you will. It still works. Okay, so I can brake a little later than 150, but geez, not much. Look at the understeer there. Are the mid-rear cars OP here as well? Actually, I don't know. GDR, that's a good and valid question. Maybe I'll complete this lap and go and jump in a mid-rear. Come on, give me some traction. Kept it off the wall somehow. Come on, turn. If you've ever driven on ice in real life, that's what it feels like. You know when you turn the front wheels and they're not gripping, even though you're going slow enough and you've got all-terrain tyres on your Ute or your Subaru or whatever it is you're driving. There we go. Finally in the straight line. I think what you're hearing on the BMW is the straight cut gear trans more than anything. Yeah, it is. It's a transmission one, not a diff one. It is definitely, that's what you're hearing, is a transmission one. It's way too much, but listen to the core sound of the car. It sounds like a 2-litre 4-cylinder. This car is not fast in a straight line. Have a look at the way Super Dragon in that Audi has just absolutely gone past me like I'm looking for a parking spot. Managed to slow it down just enough. So no, this car is too slow in a straight line anyway. Bear in mind, BOP is on, tuning's off. So in Gran Turismo land, they're like, yeah, no, the Z4 should go much slower. Yeah, that's right line. Actually, I'm going to jump out and try that Audi. It's a mid-rear. Let's go try that. Whether or not the Porsche is any good here, I don't know. Let's jump in the Audi and have a crack, eh? I'll put those wet tyres on. See how they run. It's having more fun in the X2014 than these GR3 cars. Whatever it is, it's not like the real one. Your friend has a real one, as in the racing Z4. Is he selling it by chance? Has he been advertising it as a selling car? Because I know who you're talking about if it is. Or do you mean a road car? Looks like the mid-rear cars have an advantage again. Look, I'm not surprised. Traction out of corners feels good. Understeer doesn't feel any worse than the BMW did. So these might actually be the car to be in. Oh yes, this definitely feels nicer than the BMW did. 100%. It's too fast, I did not slow down enough for that. That's poor driving, no, not the car. Yeah, it is for sale, a race car. I know exactly who you're talking about then. A man I've spoken to myself. We should see if he'll let us take it for a drive. Yeah, we might want to buy it, Brian. Who knows? But we're not going to buy it without a test drive first. Get around that hairpin. There's a definite disadvantage to having traction control off here. Let's go to 1. See if that makes much difference. As if you'd buy a Z4 GT3, you'd buy an AU Falcon. Lol. What wheel do you think on getting X? If this wheel lasts out long enough for me to save my pennies and to save my YouTube donations from my magnificent channel members, each and every one of them. I mean, YouTube revenue, lol, not much there, but you guys do help. So if this wheel holds out long enough, I would like a Thrustmaster. And we discussed what it was last time. The TGT. Sounds right. I did actually email Thrustmaster in the vain hope that they could help me out a bit, even hook me up with a bit of a discount code. Anything at all to help a brother out. I'd be happy to do a review on my channel of it. But no response. So it's back to the good old ways of just saving my pennies. You sure he'll let us test it? I don't want to pay anything to test it, Ryan. Rhino. You don't go down to your local car dealership and pay them to test drive the car you want to buy. And you know, we'd totally buy it probably. Certainly we'd consider buying it once we've driven it. Right, race start. I'm actually going to head off though, going camping in the morning. Camping, Ryan. Nice, mate. Enjoy. Thanks for stopping by. Talk to you next time. Yeah, who needs a mid-rear car when you got a Stang with all the power? It's not a bad thing to have on this track, but let's see how we go. Let's get through this, eh? Good start in the Audi. Speedy tyres did not get a good start. There's a car in my way there. It's a damn Yeetle. TG in his Yeetle. As I bounce off another Vag car in the shape of Junior's. Oh no, that's a BMW with a fancy livery on it. I can't see shit here. There we go. And we brake. Oh, and it's an absolute shit fest in the turn one, as you'd imagine. Right, looks like some of us made it through. A lot of understeer into the wall, and I think we all do it. Oh, I've gone too fast there. I see that now. Fair bit of wheel work to keep it in a straight line. Oh, lots of argy-bargy, and I've somehow dead set split the gap there. I've missed the corner, but I have gone straight through the middle of both of them without making contact with them. Welcome to Understeer City. Hold it. Oh. Right. The hairpin. Let's see how this goes. I've come in too deep. Left my brakes too late. So not well for me. Let's square it off and try and punch it out. Thunderstorms going around. Plenty of action into the iciest part of any racetrack ever. What they failed to mention that whilst it was raining, it is also just -2 degrees. So there is some black ice on the road by the feel of it. FR can't keep up. I left the race, not the mood tonight for racing. That's fair, Aussie Mike. That is fair, man. Well, I appreciate you jumping into the lobby and joining in anyway, mate. I do thank you. Split the eye of a needle there, I sure did. I'm a long way back from Super Dragon, 4.5 seconds after that cacophony of wall hits there that I've just gotten involved in. Let's see how much faster that Mercedes is. Oh, he's missed his brakes maybe a little bit. I've given him maybe a little shove, I'm not sure. We'll send that to Jackie. No, Stewart's have come back. Racing incident. Was literally driving perfectly. This is probably the best track, and yet nothing. Have a look at the grunt of that Mercedes. So, trust me, boys, the Merc is going to go along just nicely at the next round of FIAs again, as you'd expect. Oh, I thought I was going to keep it off the wall, but no such luck. Into Understeer City. Mr. Big Wang throws another couple of $1 dues out. Thank you very much, sir. I'll read that message when I get my car going in a straight line. This goes to the new wheel. Awesome. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. It does all help out. It does all go into my wheel fund. tell you what, it's a good thing too, in a way. Obviously, it's not a good thing that my wheel's shitting itself, but in a way, it's good. Because I've always said that any money I earn through this YouTube channel will go back into the channel, just buying hardware, software, anything I can do to keep the streams coming, to keep the content coming, and to maybe improve my channel and improve my content is always the hope and the goal. And I'll tell you what, if I didn't have anything else to spend it on at the moment, I'd be seriously considering that special edition Last of Us 2 box that they showed details of. Have a look at the suck job, he's in it. The Porsche's in the suck job, I better leave him a lane, a full car width there for him to go past me. Stay in the middle lane here. Side by side. Side draft is not a thing in Gran Turismo Sport. I have no option here but to leave a car width on the inside. Too much shuttle on the way out. And I'm going to have to tuck in behind sweaty tyres there in the big Porsche. He's a bit wide there, speedy tyres. But I've come in too shallow into that. I've done the only thing that was going to happen there. Pretty bad couple of turns there, just lost control a few too many times for my liking. Hey Mojo. You showed your face, I wasn't sure if you would, after Captain Dirt Rally Noob on my 4th stage ever. Slots a better time in the World Series qualifiers. Not rubbing that in, Mojo, I'm just saying, man. Oh, that's... Throws the handbrake on. Oh, put her in reverse for some reason. What even just happened then? Threw reverse on. I must have parked her up on the barrier or something. Oh, Jesus. Dear Gran Turismo, can I please go forward? Just got home. Only problem is we all know 100% now that Ellie is 100% Les, but oh my god, it looks spectacular. Yeah. Well, what's the problem with that, Ray? I have no dramas with that. It's a post-apocalyptic world. I guess you take her, you can get. And she's obviously got her preference. Beginner's luck. On the hardest stage in Dirt Rally. Maybe, Mojo, maybe I'm just naturally talented. Except obviously in this where I'm dead last because I just spun, parked it on the wall, got reset back on the track, spun again, and couldn't get back around. Otherwise, it's going great. And absolutely no traction from the front at all. I'm warning you now that when this is over, I'm going to give a little summation of how I feel about this rain on this track. And if you're not into negativity, you may wish to click away before I do that. Right, so I'm starting to catch back up to TJ Deacon. Can I get old TJ Babes? Give him a challenge for the last lap. Charge on, push as hard as I can. Hit the wall on the outside. Still closing him down. Let's try my favourite corner on this track one more time. That was before 100 metres. And I still brake too late. You're off, Brownie. No worries, man. Catch her on. Hey, Bar Riser, welcome. Great to have you in the stream. Crunch goes to the G29. Oh man, this is nothing. For the Dirt Rally World Series stage, the qualifier that I did, I ended up swapping the wheel out for the old G27, which is floating around there somewhere, just to try and prolong the life of this poor thing. Because I feel like if I did too much Dirt Rally on this wheel, it will just fall apart in my hands. Righto. If I could get some front end traction, I'm nearly back to the, nearly up to the Beetle, and I'm going to try and yeetle straight past the Beetle if I can do it. The yeetle. On the upside, the servers are holding up better than they did last time I did open lobbies, aren't they? Got him down to a second. At this point, I mean, just bounce off the walls. Does anyone even give a shit? It's quicker anyway half the time. Oh, Bert's had a big one. And I missed the apex, so you just kind of understeer and slide your way around them. Goodbye, everyone. I'm going to bed. No worries. Mr. Big Wang, thank you so much for your donations, man. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for stopping by the stream. Supporting me, the channel, my steering wheel fund. It really does mean a lot. More than you might realise. Get some traction. God damn it. How is the wetness? The wetness. The wetness is definitely a thing. Yeah, look, let's have a little chat about the rain, and feel free to jump in if you guys agree or you don't agree, or what your thoughts on it all are. So, the Red Bull Ring obviously was the first place to come out with the rain, and it didn't feel great. It was there. It had its moments. It's kind of okay. Some cars it feels decent. But yeah, it is what it is. It wasn't amazing, but it was okay. This feels definitely a step backwards. It doesn't feel like wet. I mean, if anyone's ever in real life had a bit of a crack, Anthony, 3-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag. That's new. Nah, not new, I don't think, Anthony. If anyone's had a bit of a punt in a car in real life in the wet, even with your standard road tyres on, you'll get a feel for what it's like to push hard in the wet. There's a grip level, and the grip level is certainly less than in the dry. So if you're coming into a corner in the dry, you start turning your wheel. If you're going too fast, you'll understeer. In the wet, that comes back, so you can't go as fast before you feel that understeer. But you will still grip. You will still actually have grip in the wet. If you didn't, everyone would fall off the road and crash into trees and die. You've got traction. It feels solid. It's just that you can't quite go as fast as the dry. You just got to pull it back a little bit and understand that if you push too hard, you'll get understeer, and then you'll get oversteer if you accelerate too hard. On ice, however, if you've driven in the ice, when you turn, you'll notice that you have a little bit of grip, but the car's always pushing. The front always sort of feels, unless you slow right down, obviously, and be safe and whatnot, especially with families and everything. But if you're sort of having a bit of a go, you'll feel the front end go, and you've got some grip, but you've got some slip. And there are some corners you go around, and you really, and surely you Europeans would know this better than I will, you're sort of always understeering a little bit, and you kind of get understeer and then grip, and it's on and off and on and off, and then the back comes around a bit and grabs again. That's sort of what it feels like in the ice. So, let's transfer that to Gran Turismo and how it handles the rain. In all honesty, it feels like there is a grip slider bar in the back end of the game, and it might be 100 grip, for example. And some tracks they'll vary. They'll go, well, that one's a street track, so it might only have 90% grip, and that one's renowned for not having as much. But then Suzuka might have more, so turn it up. Maybe they even vary it by corner. Some corners they'll have 85% grip. Other corners will be 95, whatever. It kind of feels like the rain's a texture. We know that. There's no track evolution, as was rightfully pointed out. When you go into the tunnel, you're not seeing wet lines appear from the cars going through. There's no track evolution. That is just a texture on the track to make it look wet. And the spray has no effect. Even the windshield, the rain on your windshield, again, is a texture. The rain coming up. As you're going around different corners, the rain doesn't push into different directions. When you slow down, it doesn't, in real life, the faster you go, the faster the rain rips up your windshield, of course, and as you slow down, the drops start going up a little bit slower. There's none of that. It's all very consistent in this. When you're behind another car, you're getting covered. You should be getting covered in spray. Your windshield, obviously, your wipers can barely keep up in the wet. Again, you can get that straight from real life. You don't have to be David Perel, who can compare his real life GT3 on-track experience with that. You, in real life, you've all probably driven in really heavy rain. That doesn't happen here. It's just a misty spray, and it becomes difficult to see because they've basically just shrouded the back of the car and a big chunk of your visibility in a spray and that sort of thing. It does not feel in any way realistic to the way rain affects tyres. It is closer resembling ice than rain. You have some grip and you have some slippage, always. Most corners you are sort of understeering around, and that's just not how the rain really works. In the wet, typically you have grip. Your tyres will still grip. They're still rubber. They are still the same contact patch on the bit of bitumen. They will still grab that. The grooves in the tyre, which you'll see race cars add to a slick, is simply to channel that water out and make sure that the surface of your tyre is not aquaplaning, which means you have grip in the wet. Once you lose that grip, you lose it in a big way. If you go around and you're pushing your car and you're pushing and pushing it to the point where suddenly the front end lets go, you tend to slide and you've got to back right off and roll out and hope the tyre grips again. That's not how this feels. Absolutely nothing. It is that slider bar of difficulty going, okay, it's now wet on the track. Let's just slide it down to 50% or 40%. It's just not realistic at all, and it feels very arcadey, is what I'll say. Like, people already criticise Gran Turismo for being a simcade as opposed to a simulator because of the arcadey options. Obviously, you got less tuning options and things like that, less customization within the car, but also just the way the car feels. Now, in the dry, they've been making progressive steps since they launched the game, making it feel a little bit better here and there. And if someone's out on the track, I'll quickly flip over to that, just so you can view someone. But no, it is. Oh, there we go. Raven Stig's having a crack. So we'll watch him. But yeah, it's always been criticised a little bit for being a simcade because of the way the cars handle, because of the tyre model. Anyone that's ever tried out something like iRacing or Assetto Corsa Competizione will know that Gran Turismo's not quite doing the same thing. But the rain, to me, really takes it even further away from the gaps that they've gained and brought it right back to feeling like an arcade game. The cars just handled like an arcade. Honestly, I don't think I'd have been any slower than if I plugged the controller in and I'm not a controller guy, so I'm not good with that, bear in mind. I think it would have felt just as good in third person and bumming around in that. This track feels really good compared to Red Bull Racing. Okay, good. I just think overall this is pretty rubbish. Does Assetto Corsa have rain? Yes, I've been considering getting that one too. Assetto Corsa Competizione has rain. The original Assetto Corsa does not. If you're buying for PS4, don't expect rain, you won't get it. And in fact, there's a whole new engine for Competizione anyway, so it feels quite different. Hey Neil, how you going? surely this FIA is going to be a penalty fest. I absolutely agree with you there. We had some close racing on lap 1. It wasn't too hard to keep it controlled. It wasn't. I'm not saying it's out of control, and absolutely it's fine. You can grip. You're watching Ravenstick here get around the track. I did many laps myself where I kept it together in the corners. Not to say that it's not drivable, but it doesn't feel good or right. People are going to adjust to it. This is what they've got. This is all they've got. So, they're going to get used to the feel of it. Some people like it, and that's fine. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying this is fact. You're more than welcome to your own opinions. This is my opinion. It doesn't feel great, and honestly, if you'd played Assetto Corsa Competizione and you'd played that in the wet version, that feels very, very good. They got that very right. And to come over to this feels like an arcade racer with the rain. It's just not. It's not great. Don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah, unless you totally disagree with me, and then you're gonna have to give him the old downvote. But lobby racing is so much better than the wild daily races and FIA. So much more respect in the lobbies. Absolutely. Look, I'm losing a lot of interest in the daily races and the FIA races, but the lobby races I do. And I've got an upcoming Super Formula series, which won't start this coming Tuesday. Which is, I think, the 1st of October. It'll be the one after that, which I think is originally when it was going to be. So it'll be that second week of October, and I will make a video soon about the Super Formula Series. You're all welcome to join, by the way. There's no, you don't have to be part of a special clique or gang. You can just jump in. All the details will be coming up on my website as well as this. But if Lightning can win top split in the rain in the Dodge, I can win third split in Ford. I thought Red Bull Ring in the Merc felt really good. We'll have to check. I mean, there's degrees of good. You make some good points. Thank you, Hawkeye. That's in the Merc, though, in particularly an MR car, impromptu half day. So, hello, Glenn. I'm going to come kick some ass. Fair enough. Go get your livery. For Super Formula, yeah, I should do, shouldn't I? Actually, I will do that. Is it going to be at this time? It'll be at 8:30 on a Tuesday, unfortunately. So, who knows? My third series, I might try and run at a slightly more friendly time for the whole world on the weekend. I might try for some weekend racing. Maybe a Sunday night might be good, although real racing is still going, which often takes me out of a Sunday night. But yeah, maybe a Saturday or a Sunday night series or something like that. A few, just to try and open it up, because it'll be sort of mid-morning on a Sunday for Europe, which is good. Even the US, it'll be early, but they might be available. Be nice to get into one of those. You should do it, Jeff. We'll tee it up, man. Like regular stream time, yeah, 8:30 my time, which is what, 10:30, 11:30 your time. Bear in mind, at the end of September, doesn't daylight saving change? And I think you guys go back an hour and I go forward an hour. So we end up 2 hours different to how we are now. So if the stream started at 11:30 a.m. for you, for example, it might have been 10:30, whatever it is. But let's say it started at 11:30, it will be 9:30, which kind of sucks. It's a shitty time of year, summer, for reaching Europeans. I kind of have to do things later if I can. Tuesdays is your day off for uni this term. Nice, Brownie. Hopefully you can get to some of them and give old Blitzy a run for his money. See if anyone can stop him. He's won the last 2 championships, so it'd be nice to have someone really... I mean, he was pushed, to be fair. He was pushed this series. It was really good and a great last couple of races, but... Which Tokyo are you guys on? So that's a great question. This is the East Outer Loop. East Outer Loop. Got work to get back to, no worries, Pete. I'm actually going to end the stream there, guys. I've just given you a fairly big spiel about what I think of this. I'm not a huge fan of this circuit at the best of times anyway, even if it was dry. I don't love Tokyo Expressway. I'm more of a racetrack guy. The made-up racetracks, to be fair, Gran Turismo's done an excellent job. Some of those circuits are like freaking awesome, and I would love for them to exist in real life, and I'd love to have them in other games as well. They're cool. Some of their work on their made up tracks are great. This particular one and the road circuits and stuff, this doesn't interest me. They don't feel good. They're not proper racetracks, and in the wet, this just in my opinion, it doesn't feel good. It's super unrealistic. It makes the game more arcadey. I think if you got anyone else that was used to something like iRacing and you're like, oh no, Gran Turismo is actually pretty cool, like it feels decent, jump on my wheel and have a go. I think the worst thing you could possibly show them is Tokyo Expressway in the rain. Because they're just going to go, this is an arcade game. It just feels like, whatever. Safe flight. Oh yeah, Jev, you're off to America, man. I meant to catch up with you and find out what's going on there, but good luck whenever that is. If that's coming up soon, enjoy your flight. Hopefully it's not too long for you. You're only going like that, whereas we have to go. But for what it is, I'm happy for it. I'm guessing they are restricted to PS4 specs and can't be asked making it work. It's a physics thing, not a graphics thing. I don't care so much about the graphics. I don't care that the rain is only a texture on the track and that the drips up the windshield or only that doesn't worry me. Like, it's worth mentioning because to some people that is going to break the immersion. It doesn't feel right, and you can tell. For me, what they've got totally wrong here is the physics, the tyre model in the wet. It doesn't feel good. It feels bad. Get drunk and refuse to enter on the plane. Wet Dragon Trail, yes please. I can't find your lobby. Oh, you do have to be friends with me, Hawko. So if you want to add me, my PlayStation name is right there. And thanks for the follow, by the way. My name is right there in the middle of the screen. DRX913 is my PlayStation name. I will add you, but I'm going to end the stream there. I just have very little motivation to do that again. We've done it now. We've discussed everything. I've given you my thoughts and opinions. I just can't be bothered. I didn't enjoy that. I don't. It's not great, and I'm not being as savage as I could, but it doesn't feel good. And I like Gran Turismo still. I'll stick to it in the dry, but the wet stuff at this stage, unless they do some pretty major. And bear in mind they've just joined up with Michelin, so if you haven't seen that yet, even just going down here where you select your tyres, tyre technology by Michelin. Now, if I was Michelin's PR department right now, I would be saying you guys need to sort your shit out and get the tyre models feeling better, because this is not great. As soon as it hit wet, I'd be like, leave the Michelin part off that if you like. But I believe they are going to be working with Polyphony Digital on the tyre model. Hopefully they can give a huge amount of feedback to PD, and that results in better feeling, better quality, better tyre models for us, the consumers. That's the plan, that's the hope, and I really do hope that does happen. Be as savage as possible. Yeah, I mean, I've said what I've said. I tried to keep to some more factual points about the feel and the grip and how tyres work in real life versus this. In my opinion, this track in the rain just feels shit. That it is what it is. GT Sport sold out to Michelin. I mean, that's fine. They need their money. Every one of these updates is free, and that's why I won't complain about the updates. I'm not complaining that they've given us free shit. Thank you so much, PD, for continuing to give us free stuff. But this just isn't good. It's shit. It doesn't feel nice. Need you as part of the sport balance team, yeah. I don't think that the actual tyre model will change too much to the overall physics interaction with the rain. It's difficult. I'm not a developer. I don't know, Ryan, if it's the car physics that they're kind of getting right in the dry and just haven't converted to the wet. There's always weird things with the physics. Like, you guys know, if you spin out, slow down, and stop in the middle of the track to try and get going, feels very strange. It's, you've got almost no traction. How easy is it to spin? If you have an accident, you come to a complete stop on the track and you need to turn around or just get going, how slippery is your car when you first start? Like, even as slow as you go with the least amount of throttle, it's so slippery. That in itself is a really odd thing, because in real life, if you're going almost no speed at all, your car has heaps of traction. If you just spun out, especially in a GT3 car, not that I've done it personally, but if you spin out, when you first get going at slow speed, you're going to have all the grip in the world. You've got nice, hot, sticky tyres, even if they're covered in dirt, and you're just going to be able to take off. In this, it feels like you're riding the clutch and you got no grip, and then you just spin around again. There's some weird shit going on. At speed, it feels okay in the dry, and I do like it. I have fun. I love this game overall, but this is not great. My virgin ears are for forever tainted. Did I swear again? Sorry, Jev. Sorry, mate. What an absolute shit bloke I am. Bye, Charlie. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Aussie Mike. Thank you for coming by and sticking, even though I think you decided as well that perhaps this wasn't for you. And I'm keen to know what you guys think. So leave me some comments. Obviously, right now, while the stream is live and it's ticking through, they will save in there. But once this becomes a video on demand in sort of an hour or two when it's done, if you see it tomorrow, jump back in and post what your sort of thoughts are. I'm legitimately keen to know. For me, it's just not. It's not particularly great. It's not particularly enjoyable. And look, the enjoyment I can get out of Gran Turismo is not going to be with wet track at Tokyo Expressway. That's just how. You never swear. No, Jeff, that's it. You never swear. You shared the replay of that race, by the way. Awesome, Sweaty. Nice work. Let's see what shitter. Sorry, Jeff. This game gives me this time. Is there anything there I want? No. Nothing of any value, so I'll get the E-Type Jag. The Jag. Something wrong with it when the tyres start spinning, yeah. I mean, as I say, if you really want to know how strange the physics are in this game, in the middle of a race, slow down to a complete halt, facing the wrong way, and just try and drive around and drive forward. You should have all the grip in the world and you feel like you're stuck on ice trying to get going. And once you gather speed, then the physics start to work again. If that stream is up and I learn to clip on YouTube, F-bomb compilation, yeah. Until you completely stop, they keep smoking even in the dry. I don't mind the rain cause wheel people struggle, but I agree with your points for sure. Thanks, Speedy Chicken. And honestly, I'm not joking. I think I would have been better off going third person and plugging my controller in. And that's a good sign that it feels more arcadey. That sort of proves my point, so I'm happy with your comment there. In the wet, it's even worse. 100% Luca, I completely agree with you. Thanks, CR. Thanks, everyone. No worries. You guys have been legends. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the couple of donations there as well. Huge thank you to the channel members. You guys really do good work. And as I say, there is a member update that I just released that video. It's a bit of a long one. It's half an hour. It's not the most positive videos you'll ever see. But yeah, I have no idea what anyone thought of it because I've got no feedback. But nonetheless, it's there if you want to watch it. It's probably not very good. Super Formula, yeah, announcement will be coming out the next week. That's going to be starting on Tuesday, the 8th of October, which, as I say, I think is originally what we discussed. Tuesday, the 8th of October, will be round one of the Super Formula series I'm running. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm just going to end there. So, sorry to end on the downside. Thanks, PD, for the update. Awesome to keep it coming. You gave us a few new cars, none of which I'm particularly interested in, two of which are pretty expensive. The Ferrari for $1 million and the bloody Stingray concept race car for $5 million. That is one I would have no interest in buying if I had that much credit. But yeah, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourself. Leave a like, hit subscribe, turn the bell icon on. Thank you to the new subscribers and the new followers over on Twitch as well. It's been much appreciated. Oh, livery. Yes. Oh, I'm never good at navigating my way through this shit. I'm going to start using the controller. Haven't got a chance to watch it yet. Well, it's half an hour, Kogan. It's a long one. Cheers for the update. Heading off. Let you know what I think. Yeah, absolutely. When tomorrow morning, when this is a VOD or in a couple of hours' time for you Euros, by all means. Actually, you know what? I'm not. I suck at navigating that shit, TJ. I'll get to that. I will download that Super Formula livery and show the people. It's basically it's cool. It's a Super Formula livery that TJ did, and he sort of asked me what sort of sponsors to put on it, and I said, well, put the name of my channel members because they are my only real sponsors. I don't have any. I'm not sponsored by Coke or Logitech or Thrustmaster, so why not put my channel names on it? And he did, and that's great. So thanks, guys. As soon as you get it, I will share the pics in VIP. I'll do it straight after the stream then. Cheers for the update. Yep, read that. All right, that's it. I'm going to go. I'm going to grab that livery. Thank you all very much for joining. Head on over to my Discord if you're not already on it. Get on board the awesome community on Discord, actually. I love that place. It's my #1 social media hangout. All the links are in the description of the video or on my website, www.charlie@roscoe.com. But let's flick that over. Thank you all very much for watching. Let's start this new outro song. I better turn it down because people always complain I destroy their earballs when I start the outro song. So let's get that going. There we go. That's not too harsh. But thanks very much, guys. I can't wait to talk to you all next time. Keep an eye on my channel for some more video content coming up over the next few days. It's been a pleasure, but for now, it's goodbye.